No matter what you say, you light up my life. We all do. Every single one of us heard it and loved it, no matter what anybody says. We all loved it. Debbie Boone kicks ass. Oh my God. The movie sucked, but the song was great. Dee Dee Con is great, the movie sucked, but the song was great. But Debbie Boone provided the voice for Dee Dee Con in the movie, and we all loved the song. And that was right at the heart of bubblegum, man. I remember KHJ Radio would play all these really great songs like By the Sweet, oh, I'm drawing blanks, I hate when that happens. And then all of a sudden you hear You Light Up My Life, and all the kids on the school bus would act like it wasn't cool. But I'm sitting there going, you light up, and they're all throwing their books at me and stuff, and I love the song. And then, dang it, in 1970, I want to say 77, Patti Smith put out the Easter record, and on the Easter tour, when Patti Smith was the biggest rock star in the world, she sang You Light Up My Life in concert, and all of a sudden it became a cool song. It was so fun to go and record You Light Up My Life. And yeah, I did a creepy version, let's be fair. But I love doing it, and it gave me an excuse to do it live, and I've done it several times live, and I just love the look on people's faces when they realize I'm not kidding, and then they realize they're not kidding, and they're actually moved by it. It's a spectacular song, and this was a great record just to be able to do whatever I wanted on, and I got to do You Light Up My Life. How many people get to say that? I sang You Light Up My Life on my 10th studio release. Oh, that just sounds so good. The next song on the record is Sweet Bondage. That would have been a nice name for this record too. Sweet Bondage. It's a combination of a lot of songs. It's a combination of Queen's Sweet Lady, which has the single best line in rock and roll history, where Freddie Mercury croons, you call me sweet like I'm some kind of cheese. Oh my gosh. I remember when we were doing it in the studio and Don looked up and I go, it's brilliant, and I didn't write it. And he goes, wow, that's a great line. You call me sweet like I'm some kind of cheese. Sweet Lady came off the Night at the Opera record, a perfect record I might add, and it's my favorite song on the record. I love Sweet Lady. And then it ends with the Tubes, Mondo Bondage. Tubes are one of the most influential bands of my life. The Runaways used to play with the Tubes all the time, and I could never go see the Runaways because they were playing with the Tubes, and you had to be over 18 to go see the Tubes because their show had nudity in it. But I finally got to see the Tubes at the Pantages Theater when they did their What Do You Want From Live tour, and Fee Waybil's hands down one of the greatest performers of all time. So to pay homage to Freddie Mercury and Fee Waybil, the bookends of my life, man, two people I've been so profoundly influenced by. You got to do that again when your hump doesn't show. So I combined those two songs, but it just wasn't enough. I had to throw Kiss into the works. So in the chorus of the song, I also incorporate my favorite song off the Destroyer, Kiss's breakthrough record, Gene Simmons' song Sweet Pain. And I'm sure this will come as a big surprise to people who know me. I'm a huge Kiss fan. So it was like the trinity of my rock idolatry here. The Queen, the Tubes, and Kiss all in one song. And oh, and by the way, it turned out really bitchin'. I think Sweet Bondage is the best sounding song on the record. I loved how it turned out, and captured all the different styles I tried to do on the record, and the end is really trippy. It was very hard to do live, very, very hard to do live, but I managed it a couple times. So that's probably one of those songs that I think I'll revisit down the line in performance and really make it work. And that ended the record, but there was a secret track. And by putting a secret track on the record, I'm paying homage to one of my favorite bands, The Clash, who put a secret track on London Calling of Train in Vain. And I could have done Train in Vain, and that would have really paid homage, but I was trying to cover everybody on this record, so I paid homage to The Clash by doing it, but I picked a song that was current that day. That was a hit, on a hit record that day, by a band called the Ting Tings. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
They're famous for that song, Shut Up and Let Me Go.
Hey!
And That's Not My Name. What is it? They Call Me Hell. They Call Me Stacy. I love the Ting Tings. They're amazing. They're like a band that my kids listen to, and they'll get mad that I said that because they deny that. But I bought the record and I loved it, and their record was called We Started Nothing. And the last song on the record is I Started Nothing, and I loved the song, and I recorded it as my secret song on the record. I barely knew the song. I just said, this song rocks, let's put it on the record, take a snapshot of our culture of the day. I'd never done that before. And that ends Love Me Forever. I'm grateful to all the artists that I paid homage to, and the millions of others I've just consciously and subconsciously ripped off, and hope I get to do another cover record where I pay homage to 50 more great rock artists. Amen.
That was about 6 minutes.